Here's a short story about a husband and now father who's sending his pregnant wife packing after it's become quite apparent that he got bait and switched. You're going to see here that he met this girl. Clearly, it was a good deal for her to get with him. She promised him all these things, and now she's pulling the bait and switch on him, and he ain't having it, and he's sending her packing. And I've been going to go over here, guys, making the point, be careful who you get involved with, and be careful if you get involved with a gal who you are in vastly different places in your life, and she can greatly benefit of being with you. Many oftentimes are doing that to use the guy. Any promises they make that they're going to start their career and do this, this, and this could be BS to get you to marry them and then use you and all that. Titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my pregnant wife I want a divorce? And a shout to Marvin for sending this story. He says, I'm 26 years old, my wife is 25. She's 5 months pregnant and recently admitted to something that I don't think I can forgive. What could that be? She dropped out of high school due to family issues and started working low-wage jobs. When we met, I was already more established in my career as an accountant. Okay, dropped out of high school? I mean, that's pretty crazy there. We dated and talked for hours on end on how we wanted our lives to be. I wanted to grow my career, and she said she wanted to go back to school to go back and get her GED, then get a bachelor's degree to become a teacher. We both wanted to do these things before we had any kids. Okay, you hear that part there. Obviously, things happen when in high school, in her childhood, which, by the way, those are red flags you should pay attention to. She wants to get her GED, school, career, all that. Great. Okay, she's getting her shit together. That's what she's claiming. Then we can have kids down the road. Well, after we married, she quit her job and says she didn't want to get another job because she wanted to focus on getting her GED and then getting a college degree. I said, fine. I put in more hours to support us, and I did. Okay. Something tells me, guess what? She can study for her GED and do a job as well. Come on here. People go to school and, but okay, fine. She's focusing solely on getting that GED. Most important thing. Okay. Let's see. Well, she finally got her GED after a year of trying and failing the test. If she didn't have a job and wasn't taking care of kids, how difficult was it for her to focus all her attention on studying for that damn GED test, right? Many failed attempts. Come on, she must be pretty dumb. I was so proud of her and told her that I was. Well, she started bringing up, what if we have a baby already? I said no, that we had agreed until after we had reached our goals, and it stayed at that. Well, how interesting. All of a sudden changing the plans after they got married. First she quit her job, failed the test multiple times, then finally got it. Who knows, maybe she blew the proctor for the exam or something to pass. I don't know. Now, maybe we have kids. When she got pregnant, I was excited but also somewhat confused as she had been on birth control the whole time. Yeah, birth control the whole time. Why is she pregnant? Well, it must be a miracle. The Lord wanted it. She said maybe it had been a miracle and it was a sign that we were ready. Yeah, no. Well, recently she confessed that she had gotten off her birth control to purposely get pregnant. Man, we're talking some serious bait and switching here. She is showing her true colors, unfortunately, after he put a ring on her finger. Look at all the things she's backed up on, and now adding deceit to this whole thing. I was absolutely furious and stormed out and said I was going to divorce her. I'm sleeping in a hotel currently and didn't get much sleep last night due to my thinking. She's been calling nonstop and texting, and she's crying, telling me she's so sorry. But I haven't answered. Did I overreact? Am I the a-hole? No, dude, you're not the a-hole. The a-hole here is your wife, who's been playing you like a fiddle. She is bait and switching you, saying whatever she has to say to get a guy who has a career and is going somewhere in the world to date her, then propose to her, and then marry her. And now she's going back on her plans from the get-go, stopping her job, took her multiple times for a dumbass to pass the GED, and then all these other things. And now, pregnant, and she stopped the birth control. No, dude, you're not the a-hole. Get out now while you can. Obviously, you're 20. How old is this guy? 26? 26. 21 years younger than me. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Can't been married that long. Take the hit. Obviously, you're in divorce territory, not in annulment territory. Talk to your lawyer. Find out your options. Take the hit, whatever that may be. It can't be that big. And move on. Now, if indeed this is your child, then you absolutely have responsibility to this child. That's going to be child support. That's being a good dad. But I would also at this point demand a paternity test. And if indeed that child's not yours, see ya. But don't be signing any birth certificates until you know. But yes, you can divorce her and you can still raise that child. She's going to be bitter as all hell, and you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be giving you a hard time. I guarantee you that. He's going to have friends and family and everyone because she'll be putting on the waterworks and all that. But if you can't trust her, you can have a marriage with her. It's not going to work. And this isn't going to be the last of the bait and switch and bullshit here. Absolutely. So, guys, there you go. I have no problem with him doing this. That's just, otherwise, their marriage is not going to be good. There's going to be more and more BS going on there. Now, comments. Lots of people are very supportive of this guy. One guy says, not the a-hole. She's manipulative and clearly she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, which is fine, but she's not being honest and lied to you. Get out now, get a lawyer, know your options, and get your ducks in a row. Better to co-parent than stay married to someone you cannot trust. If he stays married to her, it's only going to get worse. Another guy says here, you're not the a-hole, but it took her a year of failing multiple tests to get a GED. She's not going to be able to pass the courses for an associate's degree, then a bachelor's, and then a master's in teaching. Yeah, that's a fair point, but also, she's not going to do it. She's not going to go back to school to get her bachelor's. No, she wants him to support her. And I guarantee you, let's just say he stayed with her and they're raising the kid. By the time that kid's old enough to be at preschool or, where she could potentially get a job or go back to school, she'll get pregnant again. She'll keep stalling the process, guaranteed. Your goals and her ability to achieve those goals aren't the same. I don't think you're wrong for doing what you did, and she's trying to manipulate the situation in her favor, as she has this entire relationship. Your goals and her goals simply do not align. And then just about goals is also you can't trust her. And let's get back to her dropping out of high school to get low-wage jobs because of family issues. What were those family issues? Remember, you pay attention to your girl's family. If there's a lot of turmoil and problems, that's going to be your life, because they will be your family, and also, clearly that's what she's used to. Another one, not the a-hole. I agree that she was deceitful, and that's going to break your ability to trust her. I think before you jump to the divorce, please talk to a family lawyer and see what you should do to best protect both yourself and your child. I might be really biased here because this woman sounds like my mother and what she did to trap my dad. She was a shit mother, and my life sucked because of it. When my parents divorced, the judge gave her full custody when this woman literally couldn't take care of herself. Anyway, please talk to an attorney and be ready to do what needs to be done for your child's best interest. I'm sorry that she tricked you like this. It is pretty cruel. Well, it's not like this doesn't happen very often. This is why I warn guys all the time. And one more. This guy says, not the a-hole. To be honest, I feel like she misled you throughout the whole relationship. Dude, that's kind of a given here. I get a vibe that she saw an established guy and could be a meal ticket, and she led you to believe that she had all these lofty aspirations that she really did to impress you, given that you were socioeconomically above her, but the fact that she had a dysfunctional background. If she can barely obtain a GED, she has a hard time passing college courses, especially given the fact that you allowed her the luxury of not working and being able to solely focus on her GED. I'm not sure how she'd fail multiple times unless she wasn't really taking the test or failing on purpose to delay it and carry out her secret pregnancy plot. That could have been it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Again, he can't trust her, so that could be possible. I wouldn't put it past her. I don't think she ever intended to be a teacher. She just wanted to snag someone to live off of, and her trapping you into a pregnancy is slimy and pretty much just solidifies my opinion. Divorce is pretty understandable and well within your right, but just be prepared for alimony and child support. You're going to pay either way. He is, but you know what? It's better than being with her in the long term. He's an accountant. He's a numbers guy. Look at the cost she'll bear upon him by staying married to her, both financially, emotionally, all that, and look at the cost for, the alimony and the child support and all that. It's a better deal to get away now. Is he going to get heat from this? Of course he is, because he's the big bad guy here. But he's got to take care of himself. So good for him. I wish him the best.